Hello friends, how are you? So in my last videos, I have spoken about what exactly is soft skills and why it is important in our day-to-day lives. So today I'm going to start with the first topic, that is communication. And whenever we hear this word communication, it feels like it's most important uh, word, or it's the most important aspects of our lives, and definitely yes, it is. So where is the origin of this word? So if you see that there is a word communicare in Latin, where the root of this word lies, which means sharing. So it's about sharing your thoughts, your ideas, your views, your points to other person, and that is why it is called communication. And when we say communication skill, why it is called a skill? Because according to me, it's an art, it's a skill to communicate with people, and that is where you need to master that skill. So why? Because we often say that what we want to communicate, we are unable to do so for various reasons. Either it can be because lack of vocabulary, lack of words, uh, lack of experience, lack of courage, and lack of knowledge of that particular subject. So there can be multiple factors which may lead to the failure of communication, and we will be exploring all these factors as well as how to overcome them. So the first and foremost thing about communication is your vocabulary. Now when we say vocabulary, it means the collection of words. Say for example, uh, if you are communicating in English, then using the right choice of words, knowing the meanings of the words. Similarly, maybe if you are communicating in your mother tongue or your regional language, or whichever language you are comfortable in, the vocabulary of that particular language is very important, because that will help you to communicate to the other person exactly what you want to say. Many a times, a person may not be able to understand your point of view. At that time, you need to make it more simpler, or break down the conversation and explain it point by point and in a simplified manner. So, this is where communication plays an important role. So, one is vocabulary, second is listening. So, when you actually, if you see, if you jumble the word silent, then you get the word listen. So if you are listening to someone silently, with full attention, with full focus, you will be able to grasp what the other person is saying, or rather you can try and understand what the other person is saying. That is when you will also start getting some queries, doubts, or concerns, and you will raise those to the other person, that okay, you said ABCXYZ things, but I have not understood exactly that why this needs to be done now, or why this project is so important right now, or maybe how the technicalities needs to be dealt with, so on and so forth. So when you are actually listening to the person, you will be able to understand what the other person means, and also uh, ask questions. This also leads to one other point, that when you are listening attentively and asking questions, it means that you are showing interest in the other person's talk. So that we'll come back again when we speak about etiquette and mannerisms and all those topics. But right now let's stick to communication part. So one is your vocabulary, second is listening, third is choice of words. Now why choice of words again is important? Because here, if you start using jargons, that is, technical jargons or medical language jargons, nowadays we have seen WhatsApp jargon has come up, something like OOTD or BTW or BGM, LOL, ROFL. So not everyone is comfortable using these language, or rather understanding this kind of language. So if you are a technical person talking to a technical uh, teammate or another person, it's very well that you use these jargons. Similarly, your profession person, whichever profession you belong to, and you're talking to the other person of the same profession, then it makes sense. However, a third person will not understand these jargons. So it is again necessary that you be mindful of the jargons you use. So, just starting with this part of communication, three things we have seen today. One is vocabulary, expanding your vocabulary, maybe by reading, writing, talking, listening, and making use of those words by understanding in your conversation with other people. Second is being silent or being attentive while listening, which plays a very, very important role in communication. And third is not using jargons where it is not apt or not correct. So I hope these tips were useful. Thank you.